Hello and welcome to a very special edition. It is week 20, which I thought we should celebrate with a bit of a different edition. Just a little bit different compared to normal maps. As you can see, Beaver here is on about 15 seconds of airtime. How good. Look at these cars. It's such a beautiful sight. So, we have our sausage loop. Everyone complains that I don't make enough sausage loops. There's your sausage loop. As Beaver does fall off. Does have to respawn. But I just thought we'll do a bit of something different for week 20. I'm really happy how these have gone. So I just thought, why not do something completely a bit different? And if you look at this very first map we have, you might understand what to expect. So we have 5 seconds of this cooldown to go. Or the warm-up, sorry. And then we will get into it. There is still 10 maps, but we have a few different settings. There is going to be a longer warm-up, just for hopefully people can join the server. And there's also going to be a longer timeout for those who maybe don't get have to respawn, and the respawns aren't the greatest. So this one's just a very fun fun Simply Cup week. Hopefully everyone is going to enjoy this one, as we see a few players jumping off too early. That's not what you want. West in 50th place here, does get a good landing. Looks like Mafias is going to be first. No, it is Sly getting that jump the greatest. West controlling it on the looping. Can he get this transition well? Yes, he does, and we'll go through the small finish. I think that was Spider struggling a little bit at the end. And we have most players being able to get to the end. A couple players falling off on the right side, or left side, looking this way. So as I said, it's going to be a bit of a slower timeout for those who maybe struggle a little bit. But hopefully it should be alright. It is a special. It's going to go a bit longer. We're here for a bit of fun. Blacknet Air servers, yeah, it's pretty poor. It's really quite sad. I mean, we do have pretty close to maximum capacity, but yeah, it's just really sad, man. I know this game is very complex, but you would really hope that it would do better than this, honestly. Anyway, we have Poke here in 30th place for the first round. We see people hitting the edge and get literally sent to the moon. That is what we love to see. I've already told you that these maps aren't that well made. There's Poke going for an incredibly low jump, but I think he's going to land under it. So we'll have to full respawn. Let's join up to Hanky right here. But who's way out in front? Sigurd there is very, very far in front. Hanky only 3 seconds behind. And it is Sigurd still managing to get top position.
Hey.
So with this one, the timeout might be a little bit long, but there are some longer maps and more difficult maps in this. This is kind of a bit of an introduction to what to expect. So I think, as much as it feels quite long at the moment, because I'm just wondering, maybe I shouldn't have made it this long, but I think it's going to be good. So we have our last few players coming in here. Deli is struggling a little bit, but does manage to grip it. He is the last one to go through. 15 seconds. If he gets the end clean, should be able to finish. Ooh, has to respawn though. I think he slammed himself into the edge there. And Frost, no, he did get through. It was a bit of lag. And there you have it. Who was the winner on this one? Sly and Nonscar. Only getting 70 odd points and dropping down a fair bit. I thought it was going to be pretty good for him. But let's actually go to one of the front runners. Jakua right here. Gets it a bit wide, but will gain with that better line. Look how far in front he's got from that. One thing as well, because you've got so much space, the speed slides will definitely be helpful on this one. So if you're a good speed slider, maybe you'll get some good positions here. Jack going very high. Looks like Ixon's the first to land. And we'll follow through with a lot of speed. Players like Marius and Spatia are up in the front. Lars right in front here will probably get overtaken by Jakoi. Nope, gets the booster just in time. Jack getting a nice top 10 right there. But we have a few players struggling a little bit still. You can full respawn at these and you should be able to make it. I did try and make all these fully respawnable. Hopefully I did. I feel like they should be. To have those few players come in. Let's see who really gained on this first map. Viru not being able to finish just yet. Is struggling at the start. Maybe got a bit of a freeze or something. It is Kip only getting 1 point. Sly only getting 13, so he will move up. Jackal getting 85. Viru not being able to finish. Sigurd another 120. He actually got the back-to-back. That is very good from him. So sniping Ixon by 0.1. Very, very close. Maris, Seamus, area doing very well. So let's see if we have any server problems moving into map number 2. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything should get through. I'm sorry again if you were unfortunately not be able to play. I really wish that we could have servers which handled 200 people and allow everyone to play, but Nadeo really just don't care enough. They would rather work on other things which I don't think is as important, but yeah, it is what it is. I am very sorry if you couldn't be able to join and you were excited for this one. I appreciate everyone trying to show up, but we have our second map. It has loaded in. Look at this absolute masterpiece. I spent a lot of time and effort on this one. Welcome to the Tree Simulator. Who's excited? I am. This is going to be fantastic. Let's have a look at West going into this first one. We have a bit of a barricade here, so people will try and go side to the sides. You can see West really struggling. You can actually go through a couple of them, but it can be a bit tough. West finds a good line here, though. We'll get that bonk. Maybe it is tactical to not respawn, but he does go for it. So if we move to the overview camera, we can see a lot of people on the attack. There are some red boosters to maybe try and keep an eye out for. Mime is going to be the first one in the warm-up. Dazzy, Lopez, Frosty getting a really good run there. Does crash. Lord Drakimi's doing very well. So, as I said, some of the maps are good. Some of the maps, maybe not so much, but it's supposed to be a very fun edition. So, we have a bit of something different for this one. 15 seconds on warm-up.
Hey, that's pretty
Who
good.
do you think is going to be able to find the correct line? I mean, there's no obvious one, but I did practice it in single player, and there are a few very close lines where you can get quite far without having to crash or lose too much time. Also, you can fully respawn on these. I spent a lot of time to make sure there was a respawn route if you do make it all the way to the end. So Bob somehow going full send into the tree, gets a push off of it, and gets a really nice bit of speed out of it. Probably will be in like 25th or something here, 21st, but does slam into the next section of trees. Won't go for a respawn, but finds himself next to a red booster. Let's see if he can control it really good. Goes through it really fast, but straight into the next one. Let's maybe go up into a top camera. It's looking like Sly, Lars, Henke, and Heave are the first few to make it through. You can see most of the players now on the second level, as we have a lot on the first level, the third level as well. How many players? 90 players still, so hopefully most players being able to make it through. I am sorry if it crashes or you couldn't make it again. It is unfortunately what it is. I really wish they worked on this. I'm not going to be one to say it's easy to make your network settings work in games, but to me this would be one of the biggest priorities when making a game, and it's nearly a year now into the game, and we're still having mega issues. We have 10 seconds left. Is Victor here going to be able to make it? Floating trees, pepper hands. Yeah, that's what happens when you paste a lot. You will, unfortunately, have a few floaters. We have Heave and Sly in top positions here. Let's see what they do for the first one. Goes for the barricade. Does not get it. Did Sly make it? Yes, he did. Finds a good line through to the next checkpoint. Also, finding a really flat through line here. Ooh, this is a really good pace. This is going to be a good world record, but is he going to be able to get the next one? Oh, he nearly does. He is 0.1 ahead of mine, which is going to make it all the way through. No fucking way. That is a hell of a good time by Mime right there. Sly gets to 9 at the end, but he's probably going to be so far in front. We'll also get second from that. Well deserved, but Mime making it all the way through. So I said it was possible. What the fuck? Sly, though, still getting second. Cornucopia, Marius, Matia, Alex, Jozo, and Sigurd once again in those top positions. That was a crazy round. This is also why I wanted the longer time, in case something like this happens where one person gets some ridiculous time and people will struggle to finish. So, most players being able to find it now. But how did he manage that? That is insane. Sly, like, I was still surprised by. Cornucopia, even with 42, 43s, still good times. But Jack Coy only getting 1. Saroon only getting 3. But Sly, Mime, the 2 big boys there. Let's go to someone a little bit further behind. Anna Joya going for that right side tactic. Good to see. Finds an opening. Good start from him. Mime also goes for the side tactic. And it's Joy now having to bonk into a yep tree. So you can see a couple floaters. Is he going to go for the respawn? No, he's not. So let's maybe move up to top. So the respawns, like Poke right there, I think got it. Respawns you under the map. Yeah, there you go. Frost has it. And there's some extra boosters, which you can get quite a far, which Frost gets all the way there. That's really good. But we have a close battle up the top. Is Ansgar. Sly doing really well against Lars Sandro. But Cinemas on the tack, not enough. No, wasn't enough. I don't know. And then we have majority of players coming in hot now. What a map. What an absolute banger right here. Let's maybe check someone a little bit further behind. Ooh, you can see the respawn now from King. Does find that extra booster and has way too much speed. Will crash into some more trees. Goes for some 360 tactics. Finds another red booster. Will go for it. Ansgar getting a 37x there. But that is one of the fake red boosters. Which I could say I planned, but I don't know why some of the red boosters work and some of them don't. So I didn't really plan for that, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of a bit of a debate, which you need in this map. Oh, someone all the way at the back. Jozo. Jozo. What are you doing, Matt? You are one of the top runners, and he has found a sideways parking spot. So decided to stay there. But we do move on to map number 3. What's it going to be? Let's find out. What a map. Two times top 8 and never had it. Well done to you. I was in spec, thought I was in the next map, and then suddenly I was in the middle of the map. What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? I was first at the CP and then full bonk. Jeez. Alright, we go to a bit of a easier map again. Excuse me? Kind of very similar to the first one.
Pog champ mix.
It's some Pog Champs for Juice, which does subscribe with his twitch.tv beautiful little user account. But thank you so much, Juice. I really appreciate it. Let's have a look at Swag here, who is going to get a rough landing. Who opts for a full respawn. So this one will probably help those who are good at speed slides at the start, good at finding the right angle into the jump, as Sweg gets it pretty good. Is he going to make it? He is indeed. Great line from him. You're not even top 10 now? Yeah, that map will do it. That was definitely not one of the troll maps. Definitely not. 100% was a full serious map. We have West quite far up in front. Does go through to the finale sector of the map. Very, very speedy, very, very fun, smooth map here. This is definitely one of the better ones. So, I expect some of these top players to continue to do well. Let's have a look at the points. Sly is 590, Heave on 544, Area 480, or 440, sorry. Exxon also that, Sigurd also there. So a lot of people in the 400s to 300s. Top 20, 292 points, so good stuff from him. Jacko not doing so good on the second map, but let's see if he can go get a good time here. Does get a lot of airtime on that one, but we'll hit the boosters early as a couple people get some wheelies and some massive bumps off the side. So that's not what you want. Jacko, sorry, getting some good airtime here. Follows through nicely. It is Pady and Mayim in first and second. Jacko trying to go for those speed slides, but we'll probably find to go for this one. He does attempt it. Frost just in front, going very close to the corner. You can see a couple players with that extra bit of speed who maybe got the speed slide better. There's no Martagon though, who's in first. Mayim, no, not enough. And Ixon slightly behind. It's a very, very close one. A couple players struggling with that first jump. It is quite a distance to be able to full send. You have these players a little bit behind. Poke, Elchas, Robin, Bob, a few which are struggling. It's not easy. You're definitely going to make sure you get the right angle up the top. If you go in the middle, which a few of them still are, it might not be enough. But fun little map here. It's kind of one of those which seem quite easy, but you can gain a lot by going full risk and getting those speed slides right. But what do we think of this edition so far? I hope you guys enjoy these maps, enjoy watching, and enjoy playing. Good. I think it's a bit of something different to what we've seen before. Oh, Robin just missing out there. We'll get the respawn. But is not able to finish. Someone there not, I didn't get the person, but someone not being able to get any points that round. That is certainly not what you want. Let's have a look at Biter, not going for some speed slides. So let's see if he gets overtook. No, does find himself in a pretty good position. Into second onto the red boosters. Is he going to get this jump really good? He is indeed, but doesn't get the rotation. So he'll probably land backwards and waste a bit of time on that. But is he even going to make the distance? Does have to full respawn. That is very unlucky. Let's move up to Kato, who's in 17th. Goes for an early speed slide. Don't think that was a speed slide though. And we'll go out early to try it again. Does have a little bit more speed compared to a few players. Trying this very wide slide to gain maximum potential. We'll get a bit of airtime here. I'm not sure if that's going to waste him. Is he going to land it? At least he does. Those can sometimes result in a bit of a wonky landing. Kato struggling a little bit as a few players get some good speed. Moves to 30th, but I mean, that's not even that bad. Unscar, Jackoy pull some of the players at the middle field there. Jozo struggling a little bit. Attacker also. Some regular good players. Still a few on this first jump. Maybe I should have made the respawn even a bit further back. But there we have it. So let's check the points once again. Viru not being able to finish just yet. Ixon only with 1 point. Heave only with 13. That's really going to be good for Sly, who has another good round. 109. Lars 88. Sandro 104. Ansgar Jack only 10 points. So lots of movement here. Viru does make it at the end, but will drop all the way down to 24th. Mime actually not too far, not too up the top of in rank, which I thought he would have been with some of these higher rounds. But let's see what he does. Trying these speed slides. It's a bit of a buggy spectator, but we'll continue watching him. As we see a few people falling off, and Mime, I thought, was going to jump off too early. Is he going to make it? No, he's not. Goes off too early. And that is unlucky for him. Let's move to Spider now, who is in 25th. Let's check out these speed slides from some of these players. You can see West, a couple of players trying it. Spider going for the left rights. I think you want to continue carrying it over going left right, but I am not an expert at it. Spider gets no airtime there. Kale getting a lot, which I think I saw a respawn there, so would have got the wonky landing, I imagine. And then does have the full respawn. Prazix here is in 62nd. Bit slower on that one. 13 seconds behind. You can see one mistake can cost you this much time on this one. A couple players still struggling with the start, so maybe I should have changed the start slightly. Sorry if they are slightly too difficult. I did say this week that some of the maps maybe are going to cause some DNF, so some maps are easy, some maps are hard. But that's what you get in a special edition. So we have a very short breath of air right now. And of course, a Simply Sip. Stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. But, Slide doing very, very well so far. Lars in second. A few of these players, I think, have a competition later, so some of them will leave. But that's what happens with a busy weekend schedule sometimes. So we have a bit of a heavy loading time once again. Let's see what it's going to be. If we ever get in. Oh, we're in. With this beautiful camera. Did you see what was on the side there? Look at him. Look at that beautiful little giraffe right there. Look, the giraffe is literally the size of the stadium. It's insane. But we have another little bit of a difficult map. Maybe some luck. Maybe some tactical respawns will be needed in this one. Let's have a look at West to start off. See how he's going to do this one. Goes for some wicked stunts. Gets a bit of a slowdown. So we'll have to do the rest of it with the slowdown penalty. Ansgar getting it pretty good there. I think respawned? I saw him completely go there. West having to crash off a little bit. So let's maybe check out someone. This looks like it's going to cause chaos. I was going to say Area is going to be close to having to flip here. Area checking if this is a checkpoint. It is indeed. And does find that there is this elevator on the side here.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So hopefully I made it pretty obvious. It might be a little bit difficult in a short period of time to work it out. Oh, you can't see it from this, but there is a beautiful sign I put at least 10 minutes of effort into, which says respawn at CP. So hopefully people can read that properly. And let's have a look at Christian into the first one. Currently doing pretty good in 20th place. Gets the start really wicked as well. So we'll have a lot of speed. Gets a tactical flip, but does land sideways. It's going to be Haas, Friez, Mime. I think that was a Knight right in front of them. Falling off a little bit. So not an easy one to get well. And you can see there is a full respawn there if you need it. Let's continue following Christian. See how he's going to do this one. We'll have to make sure he gets a CP. He does. He's in 15 seconds behind. So you can see how much this might change up the field. So sorry about the camera here. Pretend that you can see that wicked sign. And we move to the second one. Dropping in. Gets the nice flip. That's the tactic you want. We'll overspin a little bit. It gets the turnover quite good, goes for the bounce backwards and saves it. So it looks like Ansgar is going to maybe the furthest out in front. You can see a lot of players quite far behind on this one. Who's it going to be? Ansgar is out in front. Palmall, the Australian, is in second. But who's this? Drax getting a really good bounce. Is he going to land upside down? Oh, I think he could have slid in there. It is a bit tilted, so I think that is Ariel doing very well. Frazix, Zemus, some of those players in the next few positions. So a lot of people struggling on this one. It's not an easy one. A couple players missing the sign completely. Hopefully they can maybe accidentally or properly find that it is a full respawn. Knight, which we saw doing fairly well up the front, maybe flipped on that landing. So a bit of a tough one, but look, at least we have a lovely giraffe to look at. Let's move up to Baver, who is struggling a little bit on this one. He's going to go for the 180 strat and it lands upside down. That is unlucky. A couple players aren't going to like this one, I can already tell. Look how many players have not finished just yet. This is going to be one of the shake-up maps. So 1 minute 16 from Ansgar, which is a good time. Gets into 5th with that as well. So a lot of people either liking it or disliking it. Baver though gets a sick flip. That's going to really help him. He's going to get a bit of an awkward landing here, but let's see how far he flips. Ooh, that's actually really good. Palmer gets it good again. Oh no! But does get the reflip, so hopefully he can make it fully. Hit though, way out in front. In second position, that's really good. Only Malava in just ahead of him. But I think it's going to be Kip who's going to move into first with this. So let's put the pressure on and find out how he's going to do this ending. Goes for a left-right, and it's actually really worked out for him, but does get a bit of a backwards jump. We'll have a lot of hang time. We'll go for the full respawn. And we can see how many players have started to work it out a bit. Kip goes for the wicked backflip, which is what you want. This will give you the most speed. Kip with a bit of an awkward landing. Looks like Marius Sly Agron at the couple players out in front. Nunska with a massive jump. I don't know if you can see that all the way out in first, but it's Agron getting first. Nunska, I think, is upside down. No, he isn't. Will get sniped by Sly. So Sly is still doing very well. Hanky, Marius, Belingo, Lord, some of those players in the top positions. So a lot less on the start scenery block so far this round. A couple players finally being able to work this one out. It's there is something to the first one which you can really help yourself. You can just press forward and it gives you a really good zoom, and then you just kind of control it from there. But why we keep going to west, by the way, is I have a few quick keys spectator buttons, and west is one of them. Ooh, Dazzy with a good jump there. Is West going to be able to find the finish in time? Sigurd gets a great jump. Vera with a bit of speed lands upside down though. Is West going to make it? 2, 1. Does get it right in time. That's what we like to see. Check out Frost for round number 3 in this one. And as you can see, there's the press forward. You can see how many players. Yeah, there we go. I didn't even need to save too slowly. And we have Frost with a good landing. Gets the upside down. Ooh, this one's going to be a bit awkward though. Does get the reflip. That's not too bad. Spider struggling a little bit. Yep, Mobile. Chillass not on a great run. Map having to respawn. Nick, who was up there in a bad scenery jump as well. So let's move to Hen, who is just making it through. So we'll have a pretty good overview of everything here. Making sure that he gets it. He's in 26, 20 seconds behind. You can see how fast or how slow you can get this one and still be up in a good position. So definitely want to shake things up. It's a bit of a slower respawn. Looks like Chaotic Marius are some of the players up in first. Jikoi Baver, I think, is going to make it first. But let's continue checking hand. Oh, what a wicked corkscrew flip right there. We'll get it. And we'll move slowly down the hill. That's probably going to be a top 10 for him, I think, with that. Unscar, though, another big boy point. Unscar has worked this map out. Pulmo also still doing very good. So a couple players, unfortunately, are very dead. Poke, gonna go for the tactical turtling into the checkpoint, but is quite far behind. Not sure if he can finish now. Let's have a look at Paddy, though. Getting some nice spins. If you can get a good flip here, should be able to land it. Ooh, controls nice. No! He should have just kept going. That was perfect. Oh, you only have 10 seconds left now, so I think that is going to be him losing points. He would have made that. That's unfortunate. Maybe forgetting that there isn't another round to practice, so... Let's move up to the top. It is Sly, not finishing this round, but is 100 points ahead of, I presume, Unscar, who did very well this round. Couldn't get the first CP. Yeah, some of them are quite tough. Where'd you even go after the elevator? Well, if you looked, there was a sign which I put a lot of effort in, and it said respawn at CP. So I thought most players would be able to find that, but never mind. As we move on to another map now, is number 5, Slay in 1,000 points, the first one to make it. Unscar indeed in second, area, Maris, Heath, Luz. And then it is Sigurd, Sandro, Jack, Ixon to round the top 10. Let's have a look at Asman though for this first round, or the warm-up on this one. With some mega jumps here. This is a fun map. I like this one a lot. Very, very simple here. Get your dirt slides really good, and you will strive. I thought this was going to be Paul Moore. I didn't think anyone used that other yellow car other than Paul, but we have one other contender using it. Asman gets this big jump really good. Spider, Sandro, Mime, Viru. The only other players in front. So this one you should hopefully be able to finish. Couple players I think struggling on the start, or maybe haven't loaded in as quick. But Asman shows us very well here what to expect on this one. Bob going for the very high tactic. They do work in
Hey, that's pretty good.
going really wide on the normal size blocks, but I think it's just going to waste too much time when you're in such a map. Let's actually check out Moto. Doesn't get a good start, so might have to switch again. Going for the left rights though, which will give him slightly more speed. But I think how quickly he's doing it might be wasting his time. Everyone being able to land it other than Moto does have to quit as well, or respawn. Let's move up to Matt right now. It is Mime in first place. Matt is going to go over the grass, which I don't think changes too much compared to the dirt. I could be wrong in that. But you can see that this one is a lot closer in the top of the field here. So Mime currently in first. Someone gets a bit of a bad landing there. Let's keep checking out maps here for this one. Jackoy area. Blingo gets a little bit more speeds than some. But who's it going to be? Lars, Ixon, and Ansgar are super close. Or Mime, sorry. Ansgar's a little behind. I think it's going to be Lars. No, it is Mime by 3,000th of a second. Holy shit. Well, that is close. You can tell that this one is one of the tactical full speed maps. Maybe who can do the best slides. Do strive on this one. But from one of the furthest away maps to one of the closest maps that we're going to get. Hopefully most people should be able to make this full ring. There are just safe respawns on the side. But this is one of my favorite maps. I really like this map. I would like this as a track of the day, but I put this in the map review and it got 10 5-stars from my community, I presume. And then it got 6 2-stars. So because it's different, people really don't like it. But that's what it is what it is. And that's why you've got to play simplycup, because if you're like me and like to have some different maps, then you can probably find them in this competition. Let's move all the way down to the bottom players here. See how everyone's doing. Let's have a look at Rilliu here, who, no, he got a slower start, so isn't going to make the jump. Let's move to Dombra here, who's got the jump pretty good. Vez going for a low jump there. I'm not sure if it's paid off. Mime, Viru, some of the players out in front once again. V's actually is in second, so it has paid off. Maris going through pretty nicely. I think Dom is going to have to release here. Is he going to? Oh, okay, finally does. Oh, does get the bonk. That is quite unfortunate for him. He left it a bit too late. So let's move up to Gossin, who is in 26, but only a second behind. You can see how close this one is here. And let's have a look. Who's going to get it? Viru looks like he's going to be the one who makes it. But this is going to be really close. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Viru, who is the first to make sub 59. Actually quite far in front. And then it is very, very close in the field. So, most players being able to finish there. But, fun little map here. Shit. Alpha, thanks to the host, man. And thanks for all the followers. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think a lot of people tried joining the server at the very same time, so there's a couple players who unfortunately did miss out. Medic does get that jump. Alright. Who do we have to shame? Is anyone at the start? Nope, I don't think so, so that's good. Alright, let's move to a little bit of a further back position once again. Let's have a look at Harry. How he's doing this one. Goes slightly wide, but gets it well. Lars the only one going very far to the side, as well as Chaotic and Monodon. Oh, someone there isn't going to make it. Goes too far to the right. Harry just being able to land it. A couple players getting a lot of airtime on this one. Mr. Good, Mime, Dansky going the inside line of the troll face there. I definitely didn't put a sign there because there was something behind it. Definitely not. I just wanted a sign in the middle. Definitely. So Harry not doing too bad so far. Finds himself in 36. You can see how close this one is. So we've gone from such a distant map to such a close round here. And I think it's going to be Ixon jumping out first. Harry gets a bit of a slide out. Ansgar, slower jump, goes for the lower landing, which could work with the where the trigger is. Harry tries it too early. And it's going to be Ixon getting the maximum points for this one, which will be good for his knife position. Jackcoin not being able to finish this yet. Area only with 4. So a couple players dropping behind. This one you really wanted to strive on, because if you made one mistake, it was going to cost you a lot. But Ansgar, Slight having a pretty good battle there. Area is going to move further away. Lars though, Marius, the two German friends are doing quite good. I think they're in the team together on the competition in 15 minutes time, so they will probably be leaving, but that's alright. Doing very well so far. And we have Medic still being able to finish once again. Thanks for playing, Medic. It does mean a lot. This competition definitely isn't just for the top players. It is invited for everyone. As you can see, Lars quitting there as far as I know. So we will have a few players having to, unfortunately, leave the competitions. But hopefully they enjoyed. I appreciate them playing. And a couple people from that, though, are celebrating that they can get in from it. I dream about a giant bobsled. Okay. We'll see if it your dream becomes a reality or not. But we have one of the hardest maps now. This is going to be one where I think there's going to be a lot of DNFs, but hopefully most players being able to find the finish on this one. I think this is also the longest map, which could be another reason why it's quite difficult to finish. But loops are going too far. We'll probably learn from that though. Let's check out Sandro so we can see some of the overview of players.
Hey, that's pretty good.
There are more speed slide potentials on these open flat blocks, but this probably one of my favorite parts of the season right here. A couple players jumping the wrong way. That is not where you want to go. Do need a respawn. Let's check if Sandro is going to. He is indeed. It goes wrong once again. People are trying to jump instantly. So, here we go. Started at 106. Why is this one of my favorite sections of the map? Look how long this airtime is. This is content right here. Sandro still in air, but it is the end of the warm-up. So, let's find out what will happen. Let's move to someone new. Let's move to Baitor for this one. I wish, like, maybe the replay changes your camera. I don't know, sometimes the camera changes, sometimes it doesn't. I haven't added any camera changes because I think players might find themselves adjusting to their own cameras. So it is Jozo in first place. I think Mime up there as well. But let's check out Jeremy to see how he does this one. So look at this. Hopefully most players jumping to the left. Nope, couple players still finding the wrong way. But that's alright, we have the majority of them, and look at this airtime. Frost, Sly going for a very low jump. Heave and Ixon working out really good. Ixon doesn't get a good bit of speed though, and does have to respawn. But look at this beautiful sight. You can't even see the cars, you just see the names. What a fantastic map. This is content right here. We have a couple players all the way out in front. Heave and Pater, I think it is. I'm not sure if Pater has finished. But we do have the slam dunk of the ages. Heave trying a bit of release, I think. Gets it pretty well. Mime, Chaotic, Hanky, Leno, Area, Math, and Zara. And then the rest of the field coming in hot right now. A couple players still struggling up the front, or maybe got a bad landing. But look at this shower of cars. Let's just go onto it and try and catch them right here. Moto. Landed. Oh, we're going to miss that. No, Kato. We can't get him. So, what a finish line. That is 20 more seconds. A couple players struggling right at the top here. Still going for... No, I thought they were turning to the right. But do eventually find that you have to jump to the left. Vanna is a little bit troubling on the start. Harry won't have enough time to finish, but a bit of a different map here. Lots of heavy, big wall rides, air time, speed. What more would you want? Alright, who shall we spectate? Let's have a look at Mr. Timmy. I'm a big fan of this guy. Let's see if he is a big fan of this map and how he'll do this one. Does jump off pretty early to get the low landing. Is that going to pay off for him? Does get it a little bit high because it is a bit of an awkward angle. So will find himself in 60th place, 2 seconds behind in 60th. People starting to work this one out. It isn't that hard once you maybe know, but it was probably one of the hardest to learn very quickly. So we have a few players going really low for that jump to lose a bit of air time. We have Timmy going for the mega jump. You can see many players out in the rain of cars. Viking, Ryu, some of those players very far in the sky. Marius, though, in first place, sorry. So you got Ixon, Fanky, some of those players up in the top. Let's check out Agron, who's doing pretty good into the final jump. We have Agron 8th position, probably isn't going to lose or gain as he's 1 second separated on both sides. As he gets the Dunkaroonie, you can see the other players dropping in. It is Marius way in front, a very good time. Jozo, Malana, Henk, and Sigurd for those top positions. Very well played. But most players being able to make it this time. Matthews goes a bit too early on the release, or maybe got a bit of a bad landing. 30 seconds remaining, so most players being able to finish here. Kekmed, Lord struggling a little bit. Sandro, hence some of the players a little bit behind, but should be able to finish. 999 speed indeed. These are the ones where you have a lot. Ansgar, who was doing very good earlier. Fantastic horn. Drops in. But only with 1 point. Sandro also not doing very good. Mars, one of the players quitting. The Marius actually sticking around. Thought he might have been one of them leaving. Or maybe later. But let's actually check out... Who shall we watch? Let's have a look at Rupert, who is one of the Aussies playing today. See how he's going to do this one. Goes for the early release, and that will give him a really low jump. That's good. Will he have the speed compared to everyone else? Not quite, but is finding himself in 11th or 12th even. A couple players just passing him. Spider, Paulmore also on the attack. Rupert going very wide. Let's see if he goes for the lower jump. No, he does not. Because if you go for the lower jump, it will give you the sideways landing, so it's a bit sketchy. So Grubert goes the safe route. Let's have a look at Petty here, who is going to get the heavy drop. Is it going to flip him? Yes, a little bit, so he's going to waste a lot of time with that. That's why you want to go very high, like West, and look at all those players who maybe went for the lower jump are losing in on speed. So West is 23rd right now. Moving up to 21st with that one. We'll go through into the looping. And we'll get the slam dunk. In 3, 2, 1. And we fall. Couple players falling off a little bit earlier. To try and maybe have less airtime. But Jozo is the first player. West getting a 21st, that's pretty good. Saw a few players struggling at the start there, so we have to travel a long way to get back over to the finish. We have players like Checky, Mav, Instinct Tank, Takazimas, Kekman does finish this time. Paddy, Sigurd, oh Sigurd was doing well. Area as well, some of those top players struggling on this one. Maybe taking it too risky. Ansgar with his clown car will fall off into the sky. So, bit of a different map there. A lot of speed, a lot of airtime, a lot of jumps. Got players saying it's not their favorite map, but I think this was a good map. I don't know about you. I think this was a good map. Ansgar only getting 1 point. Marius only getting 20. Or Sly or someone there only getting 20. So we have a pretty close battle up in the top. Let's find out who they are once we load in. Plus plus. Good to hear that you like it. I think most of these maps are pretty good. You can definitely argue that some of them maybe not so great. I'll allow it. But that was only the halfway mark. We have a few more maps left to go. And what do we have this time? Let's find out. We have a bit of a barricade start. So hopefully... This one was a little bit weird to get the start working very well. But hopefully it should be pretty good once you learn it. Let's have a look at Dombre here. Going for the very far right tactic. Well, left, sorry. I definitely know my lefts and rights. And it's going to be Marius Max, Alex in some good positions right here. So we jump in. Dombre actually getting it really good. We'll overslide a little bit, missing that corner, but we move into yet another yep tree, but it is a lot easier this time, but still in there to maybe have you fail a bit. So we look at Dombre, will go the straight tactic. If you have enough speed like Viru right there, you can full send down onto the ground if you trust the landing. I saw Marius get like a sick time there. As well as Viru was on a pretty good one. Just being able to finish in time of the warm-up. Let's actually check out Marius. We haven't really watched some of the top players here. I've been trying to get like a pretty big perspective of players, so missing out on some of the top line POBs. But let's check out Marius for this first round. Jozo goes for a left-right. I think he's going to full send off the sky there. That's definitely not what you want. The Marius in 13th right now, doing very good. Jump to the left, so that's where you want to be. Gets a good low jump, couple players falling off the side. Marius gets a wonky landing as well. So we move on to the ice. Heck can pull armor up in first. And we can see that this one is quite close as well. Got to avoid that wonky landing and these trees right now. Ooh, Marius going for the as much speed as possible. But goes a bit too far. That's not what you want. Heave is also quite far behind. Let's find if he can see through all the way as he can. Probably will go for the insta jump now. Going for a bit of a lower jump as well. Is this going to stuff him or is it going to help him? Is he going to go through the triangle? I rate this. Oh, 10 points right there. That's what we like to see. Good work, Heave. Going for those sick stunt points. Kip struggling a little bit on this snow tactic, ice tactic ring. Oh, gets it through though, and we'll probably push for the full jump as well. I like this one so far. Frost getting a good time there. Cornucopia, Sly, Paddy, Vase. And those players up the top. Oh, Kip does get that poor landing I was talking about. Pormal, who was up in first. Is he going to slide in? Oh, I think he makes it. He gets past the, I think it's just the middle line. So I think Pormal makes it. Kip getting it just enough as well. There we go. This round had a bit of everything. I like it. What a round. Couple players a little bit, finding it a little bit tough, but hopefully maybe using this round to warm up a little bit. Hint, I'm not sure. I saw at the very end. Not sure if he made it. Let's move to, let's actually check out Portman. We haven't saw him today. Let's see how he can do it. He got the start really good on the first round. Let's see what happens for this one. It's a little bit low, but it does land it. Looks like Hank and Mime, I think, are in first and second. So, Pormal going for the inside. Excuse me, very burpy today. Pormal going for the inside line, but then does hit the mega bit of dirt corner edge, whatever you want to call it. Oh, we move to Zaros, who is in first right now. Goes very high to try and find the correct line. What's he going to attack? He's going to go for this right side, but does hit the spins to win. That is not what you want in terms of speed, though. Let's check out V's. Gets a bit of a slow down, going too drifty on the jump. So it's area jumping flat. Who's going to get first? Looks like Cigar, maybe? It is Mime Handsome King. And who else? I love that I can't fucking read who gets the top points because the race ranking always changes. Ooh, we have a very big pack of field. A lot of players struggling on this time round. Pormal, one of them. We did spectate at the start, so I'm not sure if they went for a full respawn off the ice. Was it just a bit too slow? Or what happened? But leaderboard still flickering a little bit. Cigar just missing out on the sub 1 minute time. It is Mime though, King, Dois, Zemus, Unsgar, Jozo, and Heave, who do get those top points. Maris now does have to leave, who I did talk about. Area, Unsgar will move into the top positions because of that. Mime only a little bit behind. Sigurd doing very well. You saw how good Lars was doing. He's still in the top 10. Let's move to Ixon though. See how he's going. He's very colourful card. Looking like he's going to push first position on this checkpoint here. Someone going very far to the left, right to try and get low airtime, but I'm not sure if it was paid off for him. Ixon looked like he was in first. He was, but has moved all the way down into 10th right now. And Cut Play's getting the weird bounces. Ixon being one of them. Doesn't control it though. Hank, Money, and someone else there getting it really good. Let's move to Hanky right here in top 10. Players trying to find the correct line. Jackoy, I think, is in first. Heave just ahead. Hanky finding the line, and it's going to be Heave. Sigurd going for the low jumps. Oh, Heave is very far over. Is he going to land it? This can be very deceptive, and he does. What a fucking landing. 57x. That is a very fast time. Unsgar getting 1 minute. And he does land it. Will drop down a few positions, but that's a very good time from him. Unsgar, Jackoy, Jozo, Kip, and Dazzy. Some of those players up the top. That's really good for even Unsgar. Sly only getting 30, so we will have a new leader on this one. Paddy is struggling a little bit. Was in 20th, but will get pushed down a couple places because of this. Does have 24 seconds, so I'm kind of glad that we did make the 1 minute. I thought having 1 minute timeout would be good. It seems pretty fair. Paddy is going to go for the full jump. I don't think he has the speed though. This is very risky, and that is not going to pay off. Maybe knew he didn't have a lot of time, so went for a bit of a shortcut. Unfortunately, hasn't worked off. And to one of my mods saying, fuck this map. That is an unmod in my books. There's some wide peepo blocks. Dude. Fuck narrow roads. Make this the new thing. This is so much better than narrow roads. Does anyone agree? I think that these are way better than narrow roads, in my opinion. We have a bit of a heavy loading time again. And look what we have. Mr. Boeter's dream has come through. And we have some very well calculated ice. There's no gaps at all. No one's going to clip on anything in this map. It's very perfect. I've spent 600 hours making this map, as you can see right now. Splatier gets the start pretty good, but will full send out of the ring right there. Opts for a respawn. Yeah, let's have a bit of an overlook of the map. Has some mega wall rides. Lots of bit of speed. But this is going to be where it makes or breaks the map. Let's see what these top players do. There is an up and down arrow. Let's find out. A couple players getting it. Ooh, Paddy gets it really sick. Dazzy and Jozo with a good jump. As well as Biter there. Look, so Biter's dream has come through and gets the jump really, really good. So what you want to be doing is you want to go wide and then in and then up so you can make the jump. But if you can't get the jump there, which can sometimes happen if you have like a wrong angle, you can't take the safe way down the bottom. But this could be a tough one for some players. Hopefully it's still a lot of fun. That is the end of the warm-up though. Still the same amount of warm-up, although we have like 10 seconds extra of warm-up. Let's have a look at Cornucopia, who has done well in some other rounds. He's finding himself in 43rd. I'm kind of surprised by that. He's had some good rounds. But still not a bad rank to be in. We have 89 players now. Thanks all for playing. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Keckman goes very high. Sly is in first. as well as Mr. West. Sortier goes for the lower jump, but does find himself very high now. I think he's going to jump over the checkpoint. No, goes for the full release. Want to go bit doing as we see his car there as well go across our stream. Oh, Cornucopia gets wrecked to the side. Let's move to map now. In the 50th position. Goes down early. We'll try and go for the top route. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. We'll full bonk into the edge. And West gets a lot of points. 120 with that win. Chaos Jelena Viru doing very good. Viking saying, what the fuck? Maybe wasn't expecting a first or top 10, I should say. Mapped, though, is going for the difficult line and is struggling a little bit now. Has 30 seconds still, though, so lots of time to crash. Opts to go for the safe route. It's a nice wallbang tactic, and we'll get it smooth. So this is the safe route. A bit of a reactor boost to push you forward to the finish line. Beautiful. And that goes from 53rd to 68th. So, a bit of a tough one, maybe to learn off the bat on this one. Let's have a look at Days here, though. See how he's going. Gets a bit of a slower start, maybe trying a bit of an alternative start. No, I think he gets it really good, just other players have got it really, really sick. Even West being one of them. Dice goes really late. He's still making it, but I think he's going to fall off. He is indeed. That's not what you want. Let's move to West, who also had to respawn. Was up there in the top. Christian gets a bit of a wonky landing. In a good position so far, but drops down a little bit. Vezza, I think, does manage to control that. I thought he was going to go way too far. Christian is going to have to go the low jump here. Does not make it. And will deny himself of a lot of points. Who's going to get first? It is going to be Jackoy with a good jump. Frazix actually does get it. Oh, slammed himself into the finish line there. So does lose a little bit of position, but really good from him. Kato with an insane amount of speed to the end. Plays like Exxon, Weitzer, Rash, Spider, Math, Christian. Coming in now. So quite a tough jump here. A couple players still risking it for the biscuit. Truff does fail once more. But that is how you can do it. If you get it right. Though you're talking about cuts, I don't think you can cut. Because I blocked off this part. So you can't jump off there. So it'd only be if like you can jump off here, but I don't think you can do it. I think it's too extreme of an angle. So we have a lot of players either liking it or hating it. Let's move to Flink actually, who is the creator of Spring Icy Campaign. See how he's going on this one. He does have a frosty little car right now and is in 26, not bad. Moving into the second little massive wall ride. Matthias out in first, gets a slightly low, so we'll have to adjust, but is getting a really good. Kato, Viru Heave, some of those players once again. West once again. Fraser going to be able to go very high, does have to release, does save it though. Flink going extremely high on this one, and we'll get the line. Look at this line. Ooh, overslides a little bit, but we'll get the jump. You can finally see the POV of maybe what it looks like. Isn't going to be in a good position to end here though. We'll have to probably break. Ooh, that's a good save. We'll finish in probably 12th, 15th. That's good stuff from him. Hovey also. Everyone's going for the reverse tactic here. Bob gets the bottom finish. And that is something. So a bit of a interesting one for this. I kind of like the fact that there's a bit of a risky jump or a bit of a safe finish. Maybe quite difficult to find in a short time. I knew he was going to be somewhere stupid. So we have a lot of players leaving so far. Spider. Anyone left? Oh, morning, Ma. How are you? Spider gets a 70th place. Just missed out on the 69th by 10 seconds. Look at this. What is that difference right there? You see the later end is quite a big difference. But it is Heave and Slight still out in first and second. Only by 20 points though. I got 13th on the second round. This map is plus plus plus. Of course. How many left? 2 as far as I know. I could be wrong with that though. It's either 2 or 3. I think it's in order this week, so you can just check the number. Number 8. So as far as I know, there might be 3 left. But I might have put 1 map early. So it's definitely 2 or 3. I think there's 2. We have a bit of a grass map now, so try making it a fair few different
Hey, that's pretty good.
lot of styles here to kind of change it up a little bit. But see the press forward there working well. I wasn't sure if somehow you wouldn't make this start. But check out this map. A lot of smooth sliding into the DMs on this one. Moto gets it pretty well so far. Up with poor more Lord. That's Hank. Sometimes it's very hard to catch a name if it's on the wrong angle. Like I can read them all right now, but on that uphill, like I could hardly read any names. It's very weird how that happens. I don't know. But Moto doing very good so far. Moves into this next section quite... Don't know who that was. Hitting the scenery on the side. And now we have... Moto going too quickly on the turn with the reactor boost, which means he flips off. And will not be able to make it. But that is the warm-up. So let's see what will happen. So let's check out Bader once again. How he's doing. A couple players going left, right. Can we follow all? No, there's a couple players late. Let's actually switch to Remu right here. Who is in 52nd, but that's only at the checkpoint, so could have moved up a little bit. Getting it slightly slow, but you can see a couple players drifting off too wide. There's Pormal Ansgar up in those top positions. Remu misses the drift completely. Ansgar actually going for the outside line. Let's see if this will work compared to Jozo and Shakoi going very inside. Pormal still doing well. Sly up in the top. This is a very close round so far. Remu only 2 seconds behind in 46. So we move into this. I think you can do some speed slides, and it's actually faster, as you can see there, but Remu does flip off, so we have to move to someone else, maybe a bit further in front. Here we go. This is the Rust. It's a very high jump, which you will need. This is quite far away. The 3 finish, definitely not tactically placed, is in a certain position that is quite difficult to full send the middle jump, which is slightly above and slightly in front, so you should be able to gain a bit of time if you make it, but it's not easy to get. So you can see Chaotic Sniper going for that top jump. I think he will make it. He's a little bit far behind though, as this is quite a easier map now. We'll hit the bottom ring, but can find the finish under it. And we have Heave doing very well compared to Sly. Area, Ansgar, all doing not so great. Kip doing very good. Kip has really pushed this top 20. I think he was 20th a couple maps ago, and now he's 5th. Doing really good. Is Asmund going to finish? Yes, he is. Akoi, 100 points. Secured. Enki, final top 10. Starting to become these last few maps here. Very, very important. Let's have a look at Tenki again. see how he's going to do it. So we have a bit of a sound bug. This is the press forward POV. You can see how many cars there. That's so awesome. It's so good to this with like 200 people, man. It would be so sick. It would be so sick. But Viru and Mime so far in front on the start here. Viru gets an unlucky clip on the edge there though, and will now be Cup players hitting the edge there and drop down instantly. That's not what you want to be doing. And is in 60th place right now, so not doing too bad. 3 seconds behind and it's 60th. It's crazy. Viru does secure back into this position as we have a bit of lag, but we can see this final jump. Cup players trying to go low. Unscar, Yob dropping really early. Eve, Dom, Cup players in front. It is Holby, I think, getting it. Frost in second or third. Bit hard to check. So we have a couple of those players who maybe fell off on the start. So we saw someone there hit the bottom of this, and then because it hits the grass and this doesn't have a bottom, you instantly fall off. So you're going to avoid those blocks. I could have put 600 more hours in of effort to make sure that these won't hit, but I find it quite funny. The thing about this map is, I think the simplicity of not putting a lot of effort in makes them better than if it were to be perfectly smooth. I mean, it would be good if it was perfectly smooth, but to be honest, I think it's unique that some of them aren't too perfect, because then it really gives its own charm. Viking in the middle there isn't going to be able to finish though, as we have a timeout. Jozo, I'm not sure, I didn't see any points from Jozo. He is in the match though. Let's see how he's going to do this one. Going to go for a left-right. He is with Tim, Hent, Sans, and Mime. Going for maybe a bit of a lower jump and getting this smoother here. Oh, Jozo going too early. Will clip that edge. Wine and Pro, thanks for the bits. I will tell you in a bit. Zemus. We'll move up to Zemus now, who was in 44th. Jesus. I can't count the numbers, but I guess that was the first checkpoint, so anything can happen in between that. So he's now in a top 10, doing very good. No one going for these speed slides here to see if it is actually effective. Zemus goes for a bit of release, not sure if that's what you want. Hank gets... What happened to Hank? Paddy gets a low jump. Tim on a really good run there. It's going to be Mime, Remu, and Attacker who get first positions because they hit that first finish. Holby also once again doing it really good, but the top 5, none of them finishing just yet. He even decided just being able to there. Keep going for a 5-head shortcut, but it's turned into be a 0-head because he has to respawn. That's not what you want. Sandro also struggling a little bit. Sly finding the invisible block. That is unfortunate. So it is all the top 5 not doing great now. Area and Kip are struggling. To crash out. It's going to be Chakoi really pushing the points on this one, as well as Mime. But it was 100 points different, so it stays the same. But maybe a bit of a editor mistake in this one. People complaining about the invisible block. I thought it was just the ones in the middle, but I think there was something at the end which was a bit broken there. I don't know what it was. Maybe some of the connections between the last wall ride were a bit wobbly, and when you went over it, it broke itself. But I think we move on to map number 10, which is going to cause a lot of DNFs, I think. Let's find out if it is. Oh no, no, no. Alright, let's not show you the map. Let's just... Who shall we watch? Let's watch Mr. Kip. After not doing so great on that last one. Let's see how he's going to do this one. So we move to left, and what do we have? We have a fantastic clown fiesta of loopings. So the first one is pretty easy, but Kip... Ooh, I thought he was going to fall off there. Does manage to make it. Does get the full loop. But for some reason, goes for the loop again. That's not what we want. Does find out that he has to go in the middle. And Sigurd going for a bit of a shortcut. That's also not what we want. But this time, we go into level 2. Which has some fantastic poles to run into. Kip doing very good to avoid them though. And we'll now move through. Goes a bit wide. But then we have level 3. Which is even smaller with poles this time. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. It's actually not impossible. I only put a few poles there. But it definitely will be a bit tough for some players. As we move to the final part, you're already going max speed if you do it correctly. But Kip gets a 20th position by the looks of it. As we move into round number 1. So what a map. Look at this checkpoint. Like, who doesn't want checkpoints like this? I think that should be an in-game block right there. Look, there's a lot of pluses. I think you're just not finding the bright side of this competition if you don't enjoy this map. But we have, look how close this loop-de-loop is. Everyone mostly being able to make it here. A couple players respawning. Sigurd on a bit of a shortcut. Not sure if it's worth it. I'm way out in front, actually. What the hell? Area doing very good. And we have still a very, very heavy pack going into level 3 now. Who's it going to be? Into the white boy checkpoint. Mime gets it through the start. Couple players falling off. Look at that. You can see that it is the toughest level. Mime, though, on an insane run. Area doing very good. Jackoy up there. As well as Kex. And Zemus, I think it is. No, Stealth Bomber gets a 3rd. So well done from those players who managed to find themselves going all the way through. Mime. I don't know how he got the extra boost. I think you can definitely do some good speed slides on the very first part. And actually, everyone being able to make it to level 3 so far. Unless there's some render distance problem. But I think everyone is on at least level 3 right now, which is good to see. So, not as hard as I thought, which is good. I didn't want it impossible.
Hey,
You're,
that's pretty good.
You're still supposed to be able to finish these for the most part. Also, you may have saw the block age, but any smilers in chat? Any smilers in chat?
Hey, that's pretty good.
I think this map deserves it. We have 2 seconds left. Victory is unfortunately not going to be able to finish. But I think this is a fun map too. Mostly finish it off here. Let's have a look at Mr. Attacker, who is playing mostly every single week. I appreciate him putting the time in to play these. He's finding himself in 32nd. Gets it really good. Mime once again way out in front. I don't know what he does differently. But let's move to these poles right now. We don't have the greatest camera. A couple players falling off. Finding the left rights. Attacker moving into 20th now. From his 19th. Into the final level. We're going to see some heavy DNFs here, including Attacker. That is him out. Let's find out who's going to make it through. It's going to be Mr. Area, Jozo. I think Mime did fail level 3. So that is unlucky from him. Jozo, Belingo, Bob, Ikems, Flink, Limo, and Sly. Doing very well on this one. Uvo. I don't think did so great this time around. So, a bit of a fun map. I like this. I needed something like this. Yeah. Everyone knew this was coming. You've got to admit it. You knew it was coming. But what a map we have. We have one more final round, and I think that will be it for today. So I really hope that you did enjoy these special maps here. We need a hashtag it. Hashtag make wide roads great again. There we go. That's my hashtag. Fuck narrow roads. Big up the wide roads. They're so much better than narrow roads. And let's move to the final round. Let's move into the drone camera once again to find out who's going to make it on level 1. Everyone doing pretty good. No one falling off this time, so they have worked it out. A couple players a bit late. Mine once again in that good position. So you can see there are a few poles on this one. Most players being able to make it. About 4 or 5 players being denied there. As we see a few having to respawn. But this is the one which causes devastation. Let's find out. Most of the pack being able to make it, but there's definitely a few failing. Mime Sly up in those top positions. Area once again. Jozo, Sandrop are going to be those in the top positions, but it's very close once again. Mime just being able to snipe it by 0.1. As Sly is denied. So, I think he's not going to be happy with that one, as he's going to be... Oh no, I'm not going to do the quick math. But that is very close. As you, I wondered why. Oh no, Ansgar has ruined the chat. So never mind, we won't be seeing what he said. But I saw a bit of chat spam there, so I think he knows he may have lost this one. But we have Heave getting 100 again. Area doing very well. I'm surprised Mime is only in 6. He's had some banger rounds. We'll stay there as he is too far behind Ansgar, who has trolled a little bit, but has really played well. Oh, these guys are such papagas. But this is what we need for this special edition here, which I think is coming to a close. But what a banger it has been. Let's find out if there is one more, but as far as I know, it should have been pretty much in order. As I can take a simple sip in this loading time. It was 2 points. Yeah, I had a feeling it might have been 2, but I didn't want to say it. So, let's find out. Get your pause champs ready. Please have some heavy loading time. Nope, that was definitely the first map. So there we have it. A bit of a special edition of the Simply Cup, celebrating 20 weeks of this. I didn't know it was going to get so big, and I'm super happy that it has gotten the support that it has.
Super fun, thanks for putting this together.
As Flink does have 200 biddies given to me. Thank you so much, Flink. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed playing for those who did manage to get in. I'm sorry for those who didn't. I can't do much about it. I wish Nadeo would really push working on their service ability, but excuse me? I can't really do much about it if they're going to focus on other things. So at the very least, I hope for those who played, for those who watched, I did enjoy casting it. So I hope you enjoyed playing and watching. I think it actually went on time, an hour and a half. I was pretty much predicted to that. So good to see. It went pretty much to the time I was expecting. Thanks for all the follows, thanks for all the bits, thanks Hent for the sub, thanks 8dots for the sub. You guys are way too kind, I really appreciate it. As we have Heave, Sly, Area. Excuse me? The top 3 on this one. And Heave getting it by 2. 2 points. I was not expecting this to be a close battle. But these two have played very, very well. I feel like they might have been in a call together as well. Maybe not, but that is crazy, crazy close. Area doing very good. 1900, Jackhoy, Unscar, Mime, Kip, Dazzy, Jozo, and Hanky getting top 10. A couple players who had to leave early as well, doing fairly good. So shout out to them. But thanks for those who played. I hope you really did enjoy. It was a blast to make these maps, and it was a blast to cast this one this week. What an absolute insane match. I'm so glad I did this. Like, I really hope that it was the special week that maybe you were or weren't expecting. But let's leave it off for the YouTubes there. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe. Do drop a follow on YouTube. It does help out. And until next time, cheers to that. Bye-bye for now.